Hey, good morning. So, my name's Dustin Taylor. This is Divinity Virtue. And yeah, so I was thinking today, I was like, okay, I gotta create for my business like a way to showcase skill to multiple amount of people. And then I was going online and reading through some stuff, just trying to see if I can find something that would help me do better and whatnot. So I was thinking, okay, it seems like what I'm trying to do is I'm almost trying to become a teacher. And it's not that I want to teach at universities, hell, even though they make a lot of money for doing nothing. And there's going to be another step on that. If you think about this, I think that teachers might be scared that they're probably going to lose their jobs now, moving in the future. Like everything's done online, right? So when they had COVID and they shut everything down, I went back to university and I was taking finance. And yeah, I have a few things about this, but whatever. Anyways, I can remember. Oh, now that I brought up COVID, they actually forced us to go get the shots. They said, "Oh, you're not allowed to come to university unless you're fully vaccinated." So then they forced everyone to get the shots. Watch this. They forced everyone to get two shots. Then you had to prove that you got the shots. You had to upload your results into a computer application, and then they shut down the university like 2 weeks later and forced everyone online. Isn't that convenient? So they told everyone that you were not allowed. Like they would kick you out of school, out of university, if you didn't get the shots, and then they went online. Convenient, hey? I don't know. I'm all about the conspiracy theories. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. So, anyways, now that I'm thinking about it, okay, when that happened, everyone quit their jobs. AI started getting really big, and now I'm watching things and I'm looking at just even jobs. The job market is dying. Unless I'm in Canada, just sucks. Maybe that's just it. Maybe I gotta look somewhere else. And I have been, but I gotta make sure all my bills and everything are done here before I get out because I just want to close off one path completely, make sure I leave on good terms, go start a new journey somewhere else. That's the plan. This is the last year. I'm so triggered. Minus 41 degrees with wind chill. It's coming out to like minus 50. It's brutal. You want to feel the coldness, and I say it can't kill you. Your fingers are frostbite bitten after like 2 minutes. It's bad. It's real bad. Anyways, that's Canada for you. You gotta take it for what it is. But I'm thinking, okay, so teachers are going to lose their jobs now because I want to create webinars and I want to teach about like finding jobs. But jobs are done now. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'm not going that way. Maybe this is the next wave of the future. I keep telling everyone to find your passions and make money off of it. So maybe what I do is I focus on helping people with triggers and habits because I'm triggered like every day just being alive. Somehow I just managed to put on a happy face. No, no, it's not even that. It's just I've learned to focus on like I said, three or four things. Can't control everything else. You just gotta try to remember like everything's planned out. You're just supposed to understand the life lessons. It's trying to retrain the mind. That's all it is retrain the mind. So if teachers, university profs are going to be out of money or not, they make lots of money. If they're going to be out of jobs and everything went online, and I'm thinking, okay, so this is the next wave. It's an entrepreneur wave. We've had our technology wave. We've had our industrial revolution. We've had our war stages. We're pretty much going into the Jetsons, the cartoon generation, where everything's technological. I think I didn't see the movie, but I read something that like I guess the world explodes below them and the rich or whatever go up to the top. Makes sense. I can see it happening. Anyways, so this is the new wave coming in. Banking's done. Okay, so all that taking the money and funneling system, it was a pyramid scheme. Everything in life was a pyramid scheme, okay? So when you think of it, everyone's controlled by money. And then once you're controlled by money, you think you're stuck in a place because you owe money there. So they've got everyone thinking wherever you're born, you're stuck. Whatever job you make, you're stuck. Like it's a very stuck type mentality. It's those who want to reach for the stars will reach for the stars. Those who want to be coddled, I like to be coddled. I do. Okay, I'm not even going to lie. But you know, like they're not going to take care of us. So this is the entrepreneur way. I was just looking at like AI, GPT, I think it is, and I'm thinking, okay, so if I can create a webinar and I can focus on every point that I want to focus on, and it'll write out everything I need to do. Like, obviously, you gotta have it in your own mind. It's you're essentially just creating the storyboard, put it in, it gives you a whole paragraph, and then you edit it to how you think of which way you want it to go. And I'm just thinking, man, so teaching's done, everything's going to be online, brick and mortar, it's too expensive, inflation and everything, because everything goes up. If something goes up, everything else has to go up. That's all it does. They're just trying to keep the same profit margins as it is. Where in a real world, it should be a perfect competition where everyone levels up. But that'll never happen. And even in my mind, I'm a social capitalist. I still want to make my fair share of money, but I want to make sure that everyone else, we all grow together and we make our own money. So this is, I keep telling everyone, the pie does not get bigger. So if you think of it this way, universities are done, bankings are done, human resources are done. Filling out like when I get stuff from like companies that I have to fill out, everything's almost preloaded in that you could just all the way done. Accounting. Every time I've gone to like a new company to work, they got a computer system done. People who program and learn how to code. I'm not a coder or programmer or anything, but everything I've done on my website was me. And I'm just thinking it's just so user friendly. So that's done now too. So they've pretty much made it so that everyone's lives are so much easier. The currency situation, places in the Middle East are starting to like take every currency possible. Why is that? Because they now know that everything's probably going to go online. They're even creating their own cryptocurrencies. The cryptocurrencies are the new thing. I just don't know how you, once you get man involved into a cryptocurrency, you also get greed. So I don't know how that's going to get regulated, but that's the next generation. Like they just put out an ETF for Bitcoin and whatnot, I believe. So now you can buy like, yeah, this is a changing world. But now here's my next thought. And like I said, I'm a socialist capitalist. Sorry about that. I believe that everyone should have a fair share of life. Everyone's going to have our own problems, difficulties. We choose our own decisions. You can't ever make anyone choose the right decision or the wrong decision. We choose our own decisions. That's just how humans are. Okay? So I've been watching on TV and like reading through the news. Actually, I don't watch TV. I don't even have enough money for cable. So that was a lie. Sorry about that. So I was on Facebook or something on my computer or news station or something, whatever. And I just see all these like homeless camps and they chose that life. Okay, I know you guys are gonna hate me for that. I watch them every day when I walk past them going to the gym. I see their hustle. I see what they do. They're open and upfront about it. They still wake up every day. They still hustle. They still look like zombies. It's just that's their way of life. Now, I've also traveled to like Hawaii and places like that where they allow certain places to have tents. I've been to San Francisco, Vancouver. They allow it. They don't take away their homeless encampment. Okay, so now humor me on this. And this probably takes a lot of risk. I get that. But I've also seen where there is security, there's people that watch these people like on a 24-hour basis. Okay. Since I say brick and mortar is done and everything's going to become online, this is the new world. Everything's online. So why don't they take all the brick and mortar? When I say like brick and mortar, the commercial properties that are empty. My city, half my city's empty. Calgary, half of downtown Calgary is empty. Canada has so much commercial. I've never been to the East Coast, so I don't know about the East Coast. But they have so much commercial land because the prices are so expensive that it's really hard to be opening up a business nowadays in any brick and mortar. So if it's that expensive, that means that you have to charge even more just to make up your profits or your losses before you can make profits. And so why don't they take all those homeless people, all the people who are on drugs and whatnot, and just let them put tents in the building or beds or something like that? Because let's be honest, minus 41 degrees, I don't even like walking to the gym. And I do it just because it's my only thing that says, if you walk, you gotta be there, you gotta do it. It's just set it in my mind. So these guys know what they're going to do. At 4 o'clock in the morning, some of those guys are hustling harder than I see anyone else on the streets. Like the cars, there's no cars on the streets. I'm looking at these guys as I'm walking to the gym, and they're hustling to get their like fix for the day. Some of these guys are early birds that get the worm. Like, let's get real. I watched their hustle. They have some good hustle, these guys. So I'm thinking, okay, they can't afford a house. Housing is too expensive. Like, even where I'm living right now, she should be charging me more. But I take care of the house. I pay for utilities. I pay rent. I do the outside. So there's a lot that I take care of. But she could charge me more. I got the grandson rate. I'm not going to lie. So here's the other thing is like, I just think if this is the way of the future, that everything's going to be online, and I'm thinking like, why am I doing these videos? I want people to get rid of their habits and triggers. Okay. So most people probably have their habits and triggers because of other people, situations, or being at a work or a job where you can't control things, right? Everyone wants to control things in their life. You can't control anything. You can control a few things. I can control after I make this video. I'm going to upload it. I'm not going to edit it because you know what? This is just truly who I am. I just want to show you guys like I come from that mentality of like be 100%, be perfect, be everything. I'm still going to be that mentality, and this hurts me almost every time because I'm like, oh, these videos are not edited. And I'm just thinking, you know what? If you're going to like me, I don't want any fakeness around me. And that sounds so weird, but I only want people who go, hey, he's genuine. He tells it how it is. This is who he is. He's not going to lie. Band-aids pulled off. I don't ever want to hurt anyone. If I offend anyone, I'm sorry. That's never my intention. Sometimes it happens. You know, I get it. But I also like watch a lot of motivational things. And I want everyone to just kind of think like, man, he went through one of the worst years of his life. I'm going to tell you, worst. 2024, it just hasn't even changed. Little things that have started picking up. You know what? Change your vibrations. Man, this wasn't even the rant I was going on. Okay, I'm going to stop that rant right there. That's how quick my mind just keeps going. I literally have no friends. So I just talk on here, think about stuff, and go, how is this world changing? How do we get making money? Because, like, This I'm not. Who's going to pay for me to be on like OnlyFans as like a stripper? Shit. People would probably give me money just to get off of OnlyFans from being a stripper. Like, let's just get real. I don't have a stripper's body. I don't even have a stripper's boutique of love, you know? So that's not happening. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to find a way to show everyone. I think what we have to do is you just gotta follow your passions now. This is the entrepreneur way. Whatever you want to do. Okay. I know I always go back to music because I know a few people who are like this. One guy, he goes, yeah, I like producing music and whatnot. And I ask him every week. I haven't seen them in like 3 or 4 weeks, so this will be interesting. I'll ask him next time I see them. It's too cold to go out. I don't want to go out. And I'll go, hey, did you work on your music? And if he goes, no, I'm like, that's it, man. We gotta start talking. I'm gonna lay down the law for him. I'm gonna be like, you know what? We want to get to the big time. I've been slacking on my business a little bit. I'm trying to figure it out. Trying to figure it out. And I think after today, I'm going to build out 2 or 3 webinars because I think teaching's done. But I think people, as the masses, are going to want to learn together and grow together. This is going to be a very technological generation where, like I said, okay, the Jetsons. If you guys ever watch the cartoon, I think he only works for Mr. Spacely. George Jetson works for like 1 or 2 hours a week, and he gets fired all the time, but gets rehired. So that's the new world, right? Like you're watching everyone go online. They work online. They edit. So there's a lot of hours behind the scenes, probably. Everything's automated. Every job's done. Like I just can't see what's the wave. Who's going to build brick and mortar? Unless you're uber stupid rich, those are the people who are going to build hotels and resorts and airports and all the other stuff, right? Like all the stuff that needs to be built when you have money. But if you're coming up in this generation where you might be middle class to a little bit lower class, or me, you know, you gotta make money and you gotta do it legit. And you wanna make it so that you can get the hell out of anywhere at any time. 'Cause that's the game. They don't go to certain countries to do business. When you get that rich, they go to the countries that are doing prosperous and making the money, and they go and do business over there. See how that works? They're always ahead of the game. They always know which countries are making money. So it's easier to do business once you have a big corporation. You can go to those countries if you have an idea, get that money because the pie never gets bigger. You just have to know how to get it. So this is what we're trying to do. We're going to try to do this together. Yeah, I'm going to create some webinars. 'Cause you know what? Universities are done. HR is done. Everything is done. Marketing. All these degrees are done. There's no more reason to go to school. And I'm not trying to promote don't go to school. I have 2 degrees, 13 designations behind my name, my class license. I like studying. I like studying so much because for me, I can control that. Do you see that? That's the only reason I have all that stuff. Studying is easier than working in the world. I can't control that. I can't control situations at work or how things are supposed to be done. I'll do what they want me to do, and I'll try to do it my best I can because that's who I am. But for whatever reason, I'm going to tell you, you don't get fired 85 times being the best you are. You're obviously a shitbag. So I've got 85 plus things of being a shitbag. But I just think all done. And this new wave is create your future. Like if you liked horses, I think you should start spending all your energy around people who own horses. Even if you have to do cleaning up the pens and whatnot. But at least you can figure out that path that takes you that way. I know a guy who he's a truck driver. He was in one of my other videos, and he loves taking cattle, and that's one of the hardest, shittiest like truck driving positions. In all honesty, and I'm not lying. It's a bad one. You got to clean up the truck. It smells like shit. It's a lot of work. And he goes, it's because I like the cows. You know, you can't, they're not like humans. And they'll always come at you if they don't like you type thing. He goes, you gotta be prepared. And I'm like, it's just like humans. The only difference is with a cow, you could probably punch it in its nose and hopefully get away. With a human, you punch it, that person in the nose, you're probably going to jail. So he just probably has a lot of anger. Whatever. We all do. But I just think everything's changing in this world. And yeah, brick and mortar is done. All those homeless people, why don't you let them in the brick and mortar? You know, my city's dirty. Why don't you let the homeless people say, hey, come with a bag of garbage, we'll give you $5. It's not asking for much because most of that garbage either comes from them or people who litter, like, just happens, you know? Places like Japan, no litter, no garbage. It is what it is. You know what? I had a lot of rants today. All I know is just enjoy life. I gotta be honest with you. I think patience is the weirdest thing you'll ever chase in your entire life. And the reason I say this is because I would love, and I know how to blow this up if I really wanted to, and just mass load me out to the world. I know how I could do this, but I wouldn't be ready. Okay? I'm gonna be so honest with you because I know I've looked at my website. It's gotta be 95% done. I've looked at my business idea. It's gotta be 95% done. And I'm saying that's probably the low end. Okay, like I think I can't see much more. I'm searching for ideas, and I know that in life it's keep it simple, stupid. That's the rules, right? So if I start building webinars and I focus it all on the same thing that I'm trying to do as an individual consultant, so that I'm doing it on a small masses and a large masses, because like when you're in a large mass situation, people are going to have to feel comfortable. And if you're not comfortable talking to other people around them, you can't get that clientele. So it's one of those, like I said, I'm going to be very niche, but this is all about teaching, right? So this whole world wants to grow and learn. And like me, I'll go down the Google. Apparently, I don't know how to talk. Maybe I should go get a speechologist or whatever they're called. But, I like to go down the Google rabbit hole, but I only do it to find out like certain things or learn certain things and just to confirm if one thing's true to the other. And I think that's how my generation was raised. I was raised on Google and YouTube. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, who wants to go back to school, be told what to learn, what to do? Because I'm going to tell you, I've talked to a lot of people, and the way they talk, the way they write. Did we even go to school? We all talk different. We all write different. So it's kind of interesting. I just think you gotta follow your dreams. This is it. This is how you have to live life. And I'm not saying you have to, but I'm saying if you want to live the most happiest, enjoyable, peaceful life. Peaceful. Trust me, takes peace. It's a weird way of thinking, but like when you control your highs and you control your lows, your peace is just it's like you walk and you know where things are, when things are happening, how things are happening. It's I can't even explain it. Just trust me. Once you find like inner peace and you just want to go, okay, today's not the day, but I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna eat healthy, and I'm gonna work a little bit on my project because tomorrow and the next day it's going to snow. So I know tomorrow I'm probably not going to work on my project. I'm going to work out, do snow, eat. So I'm only focusing on one thing a day, or sorry, one day at a time, but 3 to 4 things. And what I'm trying to do is I'm eliminating the outside noise and I'm keeping my focus on the things that I need to focus on so that maybe in a year from now, when I'm really hoping I have a certain time in my head that I need to have everything ready by. And I'm starting to see things pick up. My debt's going down. I'm starting to watch jobs come in. I got a job interview on Wednesday. I got a job interview on Thursday. So I'm starting to see the jobs that our brick and mortar start getting a little bit more interested in me. So I need to just get my debt down to zero before I'm going to transition into this. By the time I transition into this, I should have it all. I think it's already pretty much 100%, but you'll never get to 100% in this world. Never. There's always something you can work on to be better. Always. Can't even get to 1%. That's the infinity. Just try to be 1% better. So every day I'm just going to work on it. That's the key. Is you can't control life. Can't control how fast life goes. But I'm going to tell you, the past is already gone. I know my future. I know that this company eventually takes off. I can blow it up if I wanted to. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it step by step, just so that if it takes me 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, at least every step was just 1% better. That's all I'm trying to do. Does that make sense? Because everyone wants it overnight. Trust me. This patience game, it kills me. I literally will sit at a wall and just look at the wall, just to like calm my mind and go, okay, it's not today, tomorrow. Because I do want the company, the CEO. I want to be my own boss. I don't work well for others. I work well with others. So I just want to help people get ahead. Whatever your goals and passions are, I think that's what we have to do. Maybe you come to me and you say, hey, I want to create a ceramic line or something. Let's go to town. I've never created a ceramic line. I would love to go through Google and just say, okay, ceramic line, this, and come out with just ideas, and I'll throw it together for you. Show you the process of how to create a business. Trust me, I've created 3 businesses. They're just all failures because I must be a failure. But you know what? I know how to get them started. I've always done it legit. Just never hit the big. It's got to take off one time. Every time you fail, just keep going, right? All these years. At the end of it, I'm not going to say, man, in the 90s, people were rolling around with $100,000. They were making good coin. I'm going to tell you right now, it's the 2000s. People aren't rolling around with that type of money unless you're in some of those rich areas, and it's definitely not where I'm from. So, anyways, that was cool. This was a good video. Lots of rants. Take your losses before you become the boss. Try to be 1% better. Just try to help everyone out. Just grow, succeed, be the best they can be. Divinity Virtue. Everything happens on divine timing. My name is Dustin Taylor. I'm probably crazy, but you know what? God bless. Amen. Pray to whoever you pray to, because I'm going to tell you, it's all about energy. At the end of the day, don't hate. Just love. It's just, this is life. You know what? We all have our own problems. We help each other out. Honestly, like, this is the game. That's all it is. Energy in the world will bring in who you want and who you attract. That's all it comes down to. So if you want to hang out with questionable people, then you're going to attract questionable things, right? Like, just be smart at what you think about because the world's so fast. But if you slow it down, peace. I'm telling you, it's just at the end of the day, it's just a journey, right? God bless. Amen.